There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Sorry.
Okay, that's really loud. Is Noreen gonna be that loud? Or how do we turn that down?
Oh, she's a much nicer person. She won't be that one.
I'm not gonna lie, the video on this is pretty good.
7:05. All right, so I'm gonna call the meeting to order on Wednesday, July 21st at 7:05 PM. I'm gonna do attendance, appointment of alternates, but David is not here. And David will not be here, although I have not.
So he
if-
sent one to Amy Lamb, he sent a resignation,
Mhm.
but she let him know that it had to be in a physical signature. Had to be a real life signature.
Right,
That an email was not okay. So I heard that message passed back to Jay, let him know. He is selling his house and moving to West Hartford.
Yep.
But he has a new job and has another territory that's in New York, so he barely made my pension at a few minutes after 7 last night. And said
Yeah.
there's no way he's making it to Board of Finance tonight.
no, there's just no way.
So
So if somebody would, hi Noreen,
she's muted.
she's muted. Hi. Oh, now we can't hear her at all.
Noreen?
Hello,
Barely.
I can hear
So
you.
somebody wants to make a motion to put Noreen in as a voting member.
I will move that Noreen be a voting member tonight in place of David King.
Is there a second?
Tom Lanster, I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Oh, I cannot have to call names. All those in favor say aye. Oof, motion clearly passes. Oh, this is good. All right, do approval of agenda if we could have a motion?
I will approve agenda as presented.
And is there a second?
Yes,
Any discussion?
the whole thing.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion clearly passes. Now on to approval of minutes from regular meeting,
We
June
do not have
16th.
them
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say, they're not
they
in here.
are not posted on the website yet. I've heard nothing. I've sent several inquiries.
I know, I saw them.
So
Interesting.
I'm hoping I don't have to go back and recreate them. That will be fun, but it won't be
Watch the
happening until after
video.
I get back from vacation
Are you going on vacation?
tomorrow. Not long enough, not soon enough.
Tomorrow.
So we'll have to table these.
Okay, sounds good. Public participation. We have a public.
Yeah.
Nobody?
I'll just
Anyone
say
like to talk
hi.
to us?
Okay. Say hi, public. I know. All right.
People?
Number 7, communications. Anything?
Nope.
That's old, so no. We already talked about that stuff. Number 8A, that's you, Amy, town financials.
All right, so you have financials in front of you, but they are very preliminary. There are things still happening that have not been in here yet. So, but the good news is revenue. We got a little more than we expected from the government. Amazing in itself. We got $500,000 more in taxes. With the big places being, current tax revenue being short. Prior tax revenue, no, being positive to $100,000. Prior tax revenue was 249 and interest and liens was 142. There's some good numbers there. I don't think there was anything else other than we did $4.7 million of use of fund balance. But that includes the 3.5 for the debt, so don't have heart failure. The other 478 is the Board of Ed 2% fund that we voted on in December. It didn't make it to the audit as a last year transaction, so it had to be in this year, which you'll see it a little bit farther down in the expenditures. Let's see what else is in there. Everybody else, town clerk was a little bit positive, planning was a little bit positive, building was a little bit positive. Oh no, they were really positive. They brought in 480 on a 250 budget. 204 was Silverman, but I heard that one of the new solar on East Road, East Windsor Solar 1, is $98,000 and it came in June.
Did Walmart pay its?
Yes, Walmart paid, that's why taxes have made it. It was 200 plus thousand. Jay made a phone call.
Good.
He got us our money.
Good.
Helps when you know the right lobbyist.
Yes.
So that's revenue. Does anybody have any questions on revenue? They should be pretty set. Revenue, I'm not expecting really any changes, but things like we have some utility bills that aren't in yet. I think we were still missing one of the hydrant bills when I did this, which is $30,000+. The Board of Ed, 2% fund money wasn't transferred over there. So it was budgeted, it was showing as a budget as an additional appropriation, but it wasn't showing as spent yet. So it was showing as a surplus, but it's not spent, but it's sitting over in another fund. So I guess we'll do expenses. This includes all the transfers that we did last month. So if somebody has a newer budget, a bigger budget in the revised amount, it's one of the ones we transferred to. We didn't do too much. There wasn't a lot to really do. Let's see, for the end of the year, I think the only story I need to tell you is we're gonna be over in legal. We had a end of the year case that cost $30,000. So I will be coming for a transfer for that next month.
So what are we thinking you're gonna be asking for?
Well, I'm short right now, 22, but I have one other law firm that didn't send me, they just sent me on July 19th, May's legal bills for tax appeals. And we have somebody appealing, somebody that we already settled with once, is now appealing all over again. And the tax bills for 1 month were $8,000 for the tax appeal. But it is not Coleman, it is a different law firm. I did ask them to reach out and try to get the bill, because we're now heading for August and don't have June yet. Let's see, fire, the service incentives haven't been paid yet because they go through June 30. So they were just paid, but they're not recorded by the time I did these financials. Let's see, emergency management, I might spend that $5,000 we moved to supplies last year. We have about maybe $35,000 of FEMA clinics where we did COVID vaccines that we were gonna do through FEMA, but they want us to do race, ethnicity, and all this stuff about the people that got their shots. We didn't collect any of that.
I was gonna say, I
We
don't-
called and gave a phone number and a name, and that was enough for Melissa to get us registered. So I don't know how we would go back and get that information. We were supposed to have a meeting, but FEMA was a no-show. Somebody did put it on somebody else's calendar and they were out of the office unexpectedly. So, and I haven't heard about a reschedule, and I'm not here for the next 2 weeks, so if it happens in the next 2 weeks, I will not be attending. But we're thinking maybe we just spend ARP money for it, because that's a valid ARP expense. So we haven't quite decided what we're doing yet. I have a couple weeks left to decide. Let's see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. I don't think so.
I didn't really see-
Sanitation, my transfer was barely enough. It has $58.68 left in it. I was a little closer than I wanted to be.
I was.
A little close. All right, I don't think there's anything else unless anybody has any questions. So the Board of Ed, we'll talk about 2 things with the Board of Ed. The Board of Ed, money here that shows there's $167,000. That's because these are true transfers. We transferred to their bank account as they needed cash. This is just a mechanism for us to record the expense on our side and then to record the revenue in their fund, 1010, now that we're in the same financial system. I don't get their numbers in my 105 anymore, because they have their own fund.
Mhm.
So this is just cash transfers. They should have a revenue on their side that matches this number exactly. This is not savings. I have no idea what their numbers are. Debt service, we still ended up with $100,000 left. Employee benefits, we ended up with 69, but 34 of that I will be asking to go to Heart and Hypertension Fund. But you will also see OPEB will not be getting an additional transfer because they're $34,000 overspent for all the people that left, the payouts we made. So, but that can be covered by other savings within the employee benefits. And let's see. And transfer out, that's the 478,380 that has nothing in year-to-date expended yet. So it looks like there's a surplus there, but there's really not. That's the Board of Ed 2% budget. So right now, our surplus is about $760,000. but that includes the Board of Ed's 167. So right around 500,000 is what the town will be returning. I think we're 98% spent. Anybody have any questions on that?
No, nothing really stood out when I looked at it.
CNR. That just shows what we had left. I have asked everybody to put whatever bills they get now into the new year. So that one shows that we have availability, in this, which includes the whole 470 we transferred in June of 3 point something million. Of 2.8 million is what we have left out there for projects. Overall, a good year. I think pretty close, 98% is pretty close when you're figuring we're budgeting, I don't know, 18, 20 months ahead of time. So that's it for financials. I didn't get any Board of Ed ones. I got told that they would come, I think I sent it to you guys, that they'll come when they go to their board. They would send them after. So but they're gonna come on vacation. So if they only send it to me, they're not going anywhere.
Right.
I'm
How
gonna try
is-
desperately not to go into my email at work. while I'm on
Try,
vacation.
you should if you're on vacation. How is Mike progressing with
I have
getting
no idea.
Andy on board?
I had no idea. I did notice that my interfund is only $10,000 off. But then I was like, crap, now I gotta find the $10,000. So it's better than the millions of dollars he was off before, but still not clean. And I'm sure it's on his side. I just didn't take the time. After I finish my minutes tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'll look and see if I can find it and then let him know.
Mike had sent a quick email that they were completed with one area he felt confident with, but they still had work to do.
Right, and that email was that they hadn't done anything with the interfund yet.
Right.
So he was working just on trying to get the deposits that we've given them. So that money that I showed you, that Board of Ed line that showed that they hadn't taken 167,000, they don't pick that. When we know that they did AP of $1 million or they did payroll of $1 million, we send them that money. So he just got them to record those same transactions on their bank that we had already had on ours all year long. That's what he got accomplished when he sent that email.
So we're still not on track to being solved.
We're definitely better than we were.
Yep.
So some things got booked.
Yep.
I just don't know what didn't get booked.
All right. Means. All right, so transfers.
I have one.
One.
We are over budget in overtime for DPW. So I'm looking to take it out of the storm emergency fund, which has $179,000 in it, I think. I'm looking to take $7,000 out of the storm fund and put it to the public works overtime line.
So would somebody like to make a motion and then we can discuss it?
I'll move to approve transfer request number 62 for Public Works, in the amount of $7,000 from the storm emergency fund to Public Works overtime.
Is there a second? Any discussion? That was easy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
So reconciliation, we kind of already covered.
Yep.
And the deposits are reconciled, but the interfunds are not. Is the summarization of that.
Thank you. All right, any new business?
Nope.
Not from my end. All right, none unfinished. Wow, this is easy.
Isn't that amazing?
All right, so we're on to board member comments. Tom, anything? Wow, that was easy.
Other than the fact that the August 18th meeting, I will not be able to attend. We have a meeting that time. So I will not be here. Other than that, it's good to be back in person, even though it was a quick meeting, which you do this long budget meeting by computer screen.
Thank goodness we're not going to this year.
So it's good to be back.
Tom,
None for me.
Karen,
No, other than it's good to be back and see people, real people.
Not little pictures on the thing.
Yep.
Anything, Noreen?
No, I'm good, Carolyn, thanks.
Okay. All right, so upcoming meeting date for now is August 18th. We'll see how everything is going. If it is a light meeting, we will probably push it off. We usually skip one summer meeting, but we'll see what Amy has when she gets back from vacation. Can be more than we want to push off till September, so we'll wait and see. All right, so a motion to adjourn.
I'll be with you.
Second?
Second that?
All right, any discussion? All those in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Yes.
Those are easy meeting minutes, Miss Amy. All right,
You lucked out.
you shall
Way
talk.
better than mentioned, we can get out of here for almost 9 o'clock last night.
Such riveting discussion.
It's kind of interesting.
It was, it's always interesting.
Did you enjoy us?